That's what's gonna happen, folks. So I am gonna hold my ruling in abeyance.
The plaintiff, Giselle, claims she went to the defendant's nail salon and she was overcharged, and then she had a little accident at the salon where she cut her finger, which caused extensive bleeding. She's suing for damages. However, the defendant tells a different story.
The plaintiff was completely satisfied with her nails when she left the salon. This is a clear case of harassment. 3 days later, the plaintiff calls complaining of a bleeding nail. They told her to come in. She said she was suing, and now she's trying to shake them down for $10,000.
Honestly, $10,000 is a bit much, especially based on the type of case it is. Well, let's hear her out. She claims she'd gone to the salon to paint her nails. Their customer service wasn't conventional, but she decided to wait it out.
Painting my nails. They weren't putting the enhancements on.
Okay,
They were
putting paint on your nails?
Yes.
So do you think they misunderstood your request? Because you had asked for gel, which is a different process.
I don't know. When I first went into the salon, they told me they could do gel nails.
Gel enhancement.
Gel enhancement nails.
What are gel enhancement nails? Fake nails?
Yes, fake nails.
She wanted gel enhancement nails, not acrylic nails, but perhaps they were lost in translation, so the workers were in the process of doing acrylic nails for her, which wasn't her request. She eventually asked them about it and they told her that it was all they had. She claims they had gel enhancement on their poster, but once the judge checked, it seemed like the plaintiff had misunderstood, and her mom kept getting in the way of the plaintiff explaining her situation.
They weren't painting my nails the way that I wanted them to.
What was it you wanted?
They were giving me...
I'm going to need you to stop coaching her. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I'm going to have you take a seat.
Sure.
I'm going to need you to take a seat. All right. What did you want to have done when you walked in?
Just fake nails, nail
They're
extensions.
fake nails?
Yes.
Even after the judge told her to take a seat, her mother kept getting in the way by coaching her on what to say. The judge had to mention it to her once more with the threat that if she repeats it, she's going to be removed from the courtroom. The plaintiff continues her testimony, adding the part where she was injured.
3 different times while I'm getting my nails done, my hands are bleeding. I have pictures.
3 different cuts?
Yeah, 3 different cuts on 3 different fingers.
Okay.
And this is a month later and I still have scars on my fingers.
Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. What's a month later? Today is a month later, you're saying?
Yes.
The judge assesses her scarred nails, but because of the nail polish she has on, she couldn't see it well. Based on what's shown, it seems there were light injuries that could happen during a manicure.
And where else did they cut you?
The rest of the scars healed, but it was on my different hands, different fingers.
And did you go ahead and go back?
Okay.
And did you take pictures?
I have a picture here. This is a couple days later.
After she was injured, the worker put on an ointment for her, and somehow that was enough. The pain began to get to her, so she went to the doctors to get professional help and she went to get the medication. She called the shop, but no one answered. She tried several times, but no result. She'd wanted the acrylic nails they put in trimmed or removed, so her scars could heal. Defendants brought a letter from the worker to explain what happened.
On March 8th, there was a lady customer who came to the natural beauty salon with her daughter requesting to have a manicured gel for her daughter, then changed her mind, requested to have fake nails done also. In the process of working on the fake nails, her pinky got a minor scratch. Is it your pinky?
Yeah.
Okay, got a minor scratch, so I immediately applied the solution.
The person claims she was satisfied when she left, but I'm going to assume that's a misinterpretation, as I can't imagine someone being satisfied with several cuts on their fingers. But it's honestly a wild thing that she's suing for $10,000 for a finger cut.
I'm not understanding the $9,900 part, so you're going to need to explain it.
Yeah, for pain and suffering, but also modeling, casting jobs. I missed out on a lot of jobs because I was in pain trying to handle...
You had a cut on your nail from a manicure. You know, hopefully it's only 1 out of 30, 40 times, but that happens, and it's uncomfortable, and you get mad, and then you never go back to the salon.
It's honestly just wild, and I'm glad the judge caught on to that. She claims she missed out on modeling jobs because she was in pain.
This is America. Anybody can sue for whatever they want. But this is nonsense. There's no proof of that kind of damages, and I'm not going to award it to them. But I'm going to tell you to return the $32. Because if you cut her, she should get her, all right? And somebody should pay attention to her and try to take her nail. All right? That's my verdict.
Thank you, Judge.
Plaintiff says he bought $1 grand's worth of gift cards online from the defendant, but they turned out to be phonies, purchased with a stolen credit card. He's suing for his money back, but the defendant claims he's got the wrong guy and insists that he never sold him anything.
How the actual scam could work, and it turns out the scam is based on the credit card chargeback.
Right, because apparently these were legitimate gift cards, but they were illegitimate in the sense that they had been purchased with a stolen credit card.
That's the thing about these scams. You think you know what they're going to pull, but it turns out they had a different plan all along.
The Cash App, you're not going to get your money back.
Right.
So why would you, just the greed of getting the half price?
No, I was actually planning a trip.
Yes, I know. But you were greedy, trying to get the half price gift cards.
Yes.
For the scam to work, the thief made sure the plaintiff trusted him enough. He sent the gift card numbers first, then he asked for the money. That's where I would assume the plaintiff fell hard for it. He'd fallen into the trap. The worst part is that he didn't try to confirm the gift card legitimacy before sending the money.
I booked tickets. Once I was satisfied that it worked out, I then sent the thief the money.
Okay, which is interesting because the thief was pretty trusting. Because the thief gave you the card number, you were able to use it and book something. So the true beauty would have been if you didn't send the money and went like this to the thief. But that didn't happen. You actually sent the money to the thief.
The name of the thief is Scott, but the way he tracked down the defendant was that they had the same last names. After losing $500 and having no tickets, the plaintiff tracked down the email address. He didn't know the full name of the person he sent the money to, which is another mistake he made, but he did know his first name from the app he sent the money to.
I narrowed it to California just because the defendant had said that we'll meet in Anaheim to pick up the physical gift cards, which I was then stood up because it wasn't happening. So I didn't know it was California, but when I did a search and one of the results was Scott, I was like, this is too much of a coincidence.
Because of the S and the A.
Yes.
So it was very close to the email address.
The defendant, however, looks like he's trying his hardest to look innocent. It's honestly bizarre and hilarious to watch. He's either really nervous or he's a bad liar, but the latter is looking like a good option. Watch this.
Did you sell these or didn't you?
I did not. First of all, I've had fraudulent stuff happen on my bank account, so that's why I closed it. And also all kinds of other stuff that was on my old cell phone.
Meaning?
Meaning,
Usually when people close down accounts like that, it's because they have something to hide, or they got scammed and they don't want the cancer to spread. In this man's case, however, he claims he was scammed and hacked into. That's why he closed the account. But he still has to explain how his credit card became a store for scammers.
let's see.
What do you mean by on your card?
On my bank account,
Did money come into your bank account?
no.
So what
But-
was a fraud on your bank account?
No, it's they were saying that they were sent to my bank account.
He sounds and looks guilty, but that's not for us to judge. That's what the judge is there for. And right now, he's not making a very good impression. Half the time, you can't understand what he's saying because nothing he's saying makes any sense.
He was saying it was recent, right? So
So two people are accusing you of selling stolen gift cards?
that's correct,
He sounds guilty of sin.
right? But
Yeah, but you still got to walk in with the proof.
Unfortunately, the plaintiff doesn't have enough evidence to prove that it is the defendant. All he has is the similar names from the email address. He happens to also have something else to prove it, which is that the defendant has been convicted of receiving stolen goods. It can't all be one giant coincidence, can it?
it wasn't theft. It was
Dealing in stolen goods.
receiving stolen property.
Okay, you mean like credit cards and stuff like that?
No, my brother bought iPads.
It's possible that his brother is the perpetrator. It happened once, it can happen again. His brother was the cause of him getting arrested the first time. The plaintiff has to get proof of the money going into his bank account for the judge to make a ruling.
On your bank, who will then answer to you what bank account and what address that bank account belongs to and what phone number that bank account belongs to, and then the circle will be closed. That is my ruling.
The plaintiff, June, claims the defendant knowingly sold her a car with a blown engine, so the plaintiff is suing. The defendant asserts that he sold the vehicle to two men and has never met the plaintiff. The defendant believes the men used his information when they sold the car to the plaintiff and denies owing anything.
May 9th, I went to purchase a car because I saw an ad on Craigslist and I was so stoked that, okay, I get to buy a car for under $1,000 because I'm also a student and I work. So I'm like, you know what, this is just a great way for me to get a vehicle. It was posted for $750 and at that point I'm like, okay, I called the number and he said, okay, you can come by and purchase the car.
It was a different person that sold the car to her. The person's name was Michael. She met Michael when she went to check the car out and she bought the car. She got it home and that's when she learned that the car had a lot of problems. But the biggest problem was how gullible she is.
Yeah, it was, and he's like, oh, this is my mother's car. It's only smoking because it's been sitting in the garage for 5 months. So all you have to do is get a cap, you need spark plugs, and you need wires.
Who are the friends who you took with you?
Melissa and DK.
Are they like mechanics?
To seal the deal, the scammer had told her that if she had any problems, she should bring the car back. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, because the person that sold her the car was using someone else's identity, the defendant's identity.
And what did you sell this car for?
$250.
So essentially for parts. So you sell it, and how did you sell it?
I put an ad on Craigslist.
And then somebody immediately answers on April 30th, and it's two guys.
2 gentlemen came, yes.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'm calling them gentlemen
Well.
right now. But 2 men come to your house, and the 2 men give you $250.
A week after he sold the car, the defendant bought the car for more than half the price that he sold it to the thieves.
Did you ever ask for ID from the people selling you the car?
But I had a bill of sale, and he signed that, and it said Michael.
Pascuzzi, because
Yeah.
he's a forgerer. You know that's not him. This is Michael Pascuzzi. In fact, when you filed your claim, you included the phone number of these 2 clowns, because that's the number you had for them.
Yeah.
The judge had her staff call the number of the guys, and when they brought up the car, they hung up immediately. Plaintiff sued the wrong person.
We're gonna have to find these 2 guys, and you're gonna have to litigate against them. Now, before you go through a lot of effort, let me just tell you something. An as-is sale is an as-is sale, but a warranted sale is not. But the bottom line, Judith, is that you have absolutely no recourse against the real Michael Pascuzzi. Your recourse is against the 2 fraudsters whose number you have, so you may have a place to start.